Hey guys, how's it going? It's Michael here. My last video that I made was about teaching and why I teach, how I became a teacher, etc. And I guess I want to make this video about a similar topic, which is related to the last video. I was saying, if you had a choice between taking an opportunity that scares you versus comfort and avoiding fear and discomfort, I said to choose the thing that scares you. So I guess I want to talk more about this topic. So yeah, why do I say choose the thing that scares you? And what's my advice about how to approach it if you're in that situation? What are my thoughts about this basically? Well, we all have to face these kind of situations in life. We all have to face situations in life where we can choose to get out of our shell or our comfort zone. We all have the choice and the opportunity to do something, but we also have the choice to refuse that. You know, it could be starting a new job. It can be going out to a social event versus deciding to stay at home. It can be deciding to approach a girl even, or to chicken out, right? But more importantly, or in a deeper sense, a lot of us do encounter these kind of crossroad decision paths in our life where we need to make the choice. And one choice can scare the crap out of you, and the other choice can feel safe, but somehow wrong. Safe, but disappointing. I've been through these kind of choices before, and I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of times I have chickened out myself, and I have chosen to not take the opportunity for growth, which I think is fine at some points, right? You don't always have to do the thing that makes you uncomfortable, because we're not like machines, right? We're not machines that are built for optimal improvement. We're not machines, we're humans, and humans are kind of built for comfort and stability. It's true. That's just how we are. We've all evolved to be comfortable and safe and stable. So there's no judgment about anyone. I don't want to make anyone feel like they're lazy, but I'm just talking about these moments in your life that happen. These moments that feel big, feel like a crossroad in life where you need to make a choice. And a lot of us face these kind of crossroads kind of times in our life, right? A lot of us have to make big decisions in life. So in case anybody is in one of those moments, I just want to encourage you to choose the path that helps you grow. Do it. Just do it. But seriously, I feel like it's better to take a chance sometimes. It's better sometimes to take a chance. You know, especially if you're in a situation in your life where, you know, you feel like you've been stagnant for so long and you really don't know what to do. If you're ever given the opportunity to make a decision to, you know, get out of your comfort zone, it's like a God-given opportunity. And I feel like you would be crazy to not take it if it ever happened to you. Right? We don't get opportunities every day to step out and do something that can change us. Most things that happen to us every day are kind of like these little gym training sessions where you're building reps, you're learning, you're kind of in the box, you're kind of training in the box, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of like you're in a box sometimes in life where, you know, you don't need to make any major decisions. You just need to stay focused and keep doing what you're doing. Things are going fine, and you're just kind of, you know, living life, not thinking too much, right? You're just kind of going through your days. You're doing what you got to do, right? Those kind of stable feeling times, right? But as humans, we are built to keep moving forward in life. We're built to expand and to grow and to reach the next level, right? At least that's what I believe. We're all meant to reach the next level. It's kind of like, it's just a part of being human. We all are trying to progress forward, right? We're all trying to live life where we're all more free and happier. And so eventually the box, you start to outgrow that box, right? The box kind of starts to trap you in a way. There's no room left in the box because you're growing. You've grown. You've outgrown the box. Maybe the box fits you like a glove now. You're safe, you're comfortable, you have what you need. The box is like a tight, warm sleeping bag. But you cannot reach the next level anymore. So, where am I going with this analogy? I'm trying to say that, like, at some points in your life, you're gonna get tired of being in the box. You're gonna start to feel suffocated by the box. You know? Maybe not, but if you catch what I'm trying to say here and you do feel like the box is becoming suffocating, it might start to wear you down mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It might start to wear you down. And when you're in that situation, it can feel like you don't know what to do. It can feel like you don't know what is the change that you need to make in your life. Sometimes you cannot figure it out, right? You just feel stuck. But eventually, an opportunity or idea, inspiration, something will happen that will give you the inkling that maybe it's time to get out of that box. And it can be something that is completely unexpected. It can be something seemingly crazy, dramatic, right? Like, for example, if you're used to working a job your whole life and you're miserable and it's not going anywhere, and suddenly you get this idea that maybe you should move to another city for the first time in your life, to try a different thing that you've never tried because it doesn't match your identity that you've given yourself, right? So this might sound a little bit like I'm rambling right now, but what I'm trying to say is, if you are ever given that opportunity where you have this little inkling of an idea that might get you out of this box, you need to stop right there and look at, what are you afraid of? What is holding you back from taking a look at that little seed of an idea? What is the fear that is keeping you from even taking a peek at where this could lead? So anyway, I just feel like fear is a part of being human, but it's not a part of who we are. Fear is not a part of who we are. You might believe that fear is a part of who you are, but it's not the truth. It's not really who you are. It might just be something that you have identified with for some reason. And sometimes you just need to prove to yourself who you really are. Right? Even if you're afraid, even if you're nervous, it doesn't mean you are the fear. You are a nervous person. It's just the state that you're in. And these kind of states are like the weather. They come and they go. So weather the storm. If you're in a storm, just weather the storm. Don't give up. Face the storm head on. Even if you're afraid, just stay in the storm. Be with the storm. And eventually the storm will subside. And on the other side of the storm will be a clarity that maybe you did not expect, that you did not think was possible. But that clarity might actually be who you really are, without the fear clouding the truth. So I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but this is just kind of what I feel inside me right now, and I just needed to get this out, and I hope it helped someone. Hope it was helpful. But anyway, if it did, please, of course, you can leave a like, you can leave a comment, anything. If you're going through a tough time, you're not alone. As humans, we're all connected. We all kind of feel the same thing in some way. So yeah, don't feel like you're alone if you're going through a tough time. And thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.